Friends, in last session we have solved one two-room building plan with help of center line method. Now in this session we are going to solve the same problem of two-room building by using long wall short wall method or PWD method. Myself R.V. Zugdar, Assistant Professor in Civil Engineering Department, Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering. As we have solved the problem by using centerline method in previous lecture, now same problem we are going to solve by using long wall short wall method or PWD method. In long wall short wall method, the basic difference is we have to distribute or divide building into number of long walls and short wall. The long wall can be having longer length or shorter length. It is for our convenience only. In this case we will take the long wall in x direction. Using the above image or plan given in problem, we can first find the length of long wall in x direction and short wall in y direction. The center to center length of long wall can be calculated by addition of 5 plus half into 0.30 plus half into 0.30, which is equal to 6.60 meters. The center to center length of short wall is calculated by addition of 4 plus half into 0.30 plus 1 half 0.30, which is equal to 4.30. After finding out the length of long wall and short wall, now find the quantity of various items which are used in construction. The first item for calculation is earthwork in excavation in foundation trench. Since the trench is provided for whole footing, therefore the length of trench for long wall and short wall is calculated first. The length of trench for long wall is equal to center length plus width of earthwork, that is zero point 0.9, which is equal to 6.6 plus zero point 0.9, which is equal to 7.5 meters. The length of short wall is equal to center length minus width of earthwork, that is equal to 4.3 minus zero point 0.9, that is equal to 3.4 meters. By long wall short wall formula, the long wall is added or long wall length is calculated by addition of half width of item from both sides in center line length, and short wall length is calculated by deduction of half width of item from both sides from center line length of short wall. Total quantity of earthwork is then calculated by multiplication of length, breadth and height. Long wall quantity is equal to 2 times into 7.5 into zero point 0.9 into zero point 0.9, which is equal to 12.15 meter cube. Here the two numbers are for the two walls which are placed in x direction, that are two long walls are there and three short walls are there. One is partition wall in between two rooms. The short wall quantity can be calculated by multiplication of 3 number of walls into 3.4 into zero point 0.9 into zero point 0.9, which is equal to 8.262 meter cube. The total quantity of excavation for trenches is the addition of both quantities for long wall and short wall, which is equal to 12.15 plus 8.262, which is equal to 20.412 meter cube. Now entering this all calculation in measurement sheet. For long wall, the quantity calculated is 12.15, and for short wall, the quantity of excavation is 8.262, and the total quantity of excavation is addition of both is 20.412 meter cubes. Now second item for calculation is lime concrete in foundation. Length of long wall can be calculated by addition of 6.6 plus width of item, that is zero point 0.9, is equal to 7.5 meters. Length of short wall can be calculated by deduction of width of item from center line length of short wall, that is 4.3 minus zero point 0.9, which is equal to 3.4. Now quantity for long wall length is equal to 2 into 7.5 into zero point 0.9 into zero point 0.3, which is equal to 4.05 meter cube. For short wall quantity, there are three number of short walls. Therefore, the calculation for quantity is equal to 3 into 3.4 into zero point 0.9 into zero point 0.3, which is equal to 2.754 meter cubes. The total quantity of lime concrete for all long wall and short wall is equal to summation of above quantities, that is 4.05 plus 2.754, which is equal to 6.804 meter cube. Entering this calculation in measurement sheet, we can get the long wall quantity for lime concrete is 4.04, and for short wall it is 2.754. The total quantity for lime concrete is 6.804. Now third item is first class brickwork in 1:6 cement mortar in foundation with having different wall width or widths, that is 60 centimeter, 50 centimeter and 40 centimeter. The length of long wall for 60 centimeter layer can be calculated by adding center to center length plus width of item, that is zero point 0.6, which is equal to 7.2, and for short wall it is deduction of zero point 0.6 from 4.3, which is equal to 3.7. For 50 centimeter layer, the long wall length is 7.1 and short wall length is 3.8 meters. And for last step of having 40 centimeter breadth, the long wall length is 6.6 plus zero point 0.4 is equal to 7 meters, and short wall width length is equal to 4.3 minus zero point 0.4, which is equal to 3.9 meters. Now entering all these values in measurement sheet, for long wall having 60 centimeter, 50 centimeter and 40 centimeter, the length of walls are 7.2, 7.1 and 7, and breadth are zero point 0.6, 0.5, 0.4, and height are 0.3, 0.3 and 0.575. The total quantities for long walls are 2.592, 2.13 and 3.22, and similarly for short wall having thickness of 60 centimeter, 50 centimeter and 40 centimeter, the length of item is 3.7, 3.8 and 3.9, and breadth are 0.6, 0.5 and 0.4, and height of brickwork is 0.3, 0.3 and 0.575. The total quantity for short wall is 1.998, 1.71 and 2.69. The total quantity of brickwork in foundation is summation of all these quantity, which is equal to 14.341 cubic meters. The next item is DPC. The DPC can be calculated by calculation of long wall length, that is 6.6 plus zero point 0.4, that is 7 meters, and for short wall 4.3 minus zero point 0.4 is equal to 3.9 meters. The total quantity of earthwork is equal to length into breadth, that is 2 into 7.0 into zero point 0.4 is equal to 5.6 meter cube, and for short wall it is 4.68 meter cube. The total is addition of both the walls. Now entering these values in measurement sheet. For long wall length, the 2.5 centimeter thick DPC having quantity 5.6, and for short wall 4.68. The total quantity of DPC course is 10.28 square meters. Now last item is first class brick in superstructure. The long wall length is equal to 6.6 plus zero point 0.3, that is 6.9 meters, and short wall length is 4.3 minus zero point 0.3 is equal to 4 meters. The total quantity can be calculated by multiplication of length, breadth and height. For long wall there are two number of walls, therefore the quantity can be calculated by multiplication of 2 into 6.9 into zero point 0.3 into 3.5, which is equal to 14.59 meter cube. For short wall there are three number of short walls, therefore the calculation is 3 into 4.0 into zero point 0.3 into 3.5, which is equal to 12.6 meter cubes. The total quantity of brickwork in superstructure is summation of both quantities, which is equal to 14.59 plus 12.6, which is equal to 27.09 meter cubes. Now entering these both quantities of long wall and short wall for superstructure, we will get the total quantity of 27.09 cubic meters. Now there are two number of doors and two number of windows in superstructure. Therefore, we have to deduct that quantity from superstructure